I'm so confused. Let's just start this off. Please, Rocket League, one time. Let us have a lobby. For Saudi Arabia versus Switzerland 2v2. Saudi Arabia won the International Twos game recently versus Oman. But this will be the first time in a while that they've played against a European team in twos. They have played against the Netherlands in twos before. And if I remember correctly, it was Ahmad. I don't remember who his teammate was, but he was... Ahmad was carrying, but they lost to Niels and... Was it Osselon? Was it Niels and Osselon or something like this? The Stocky and Skyline for Switzerland. Skyline was in RLCS last year. His team did actually qualify for RLCS this year, but they benched him. Which, you know, we've yet to really see if that's going to be a good idea. He was formerly on Mouse Sports. Stocky played RLRS in Season 4 and 5. So these guys have definitely got the caliber to beat the favourites here. And they do go way back. Stocky and Skyline have been, you know, part of the top tier of Rocket League since way back pre-Season 1. Ahmad and Fasul are going to have their work cut out for them if they're going to take them down on the away server. Chance for Fasul to cause some trouble in the near post. Looks like Skyline's got that one under control. For this series to work in Ahmad and Fasul's favour, Ahmad has to pop off. He is the player who has done so in the past. But Skyline and Stocky are actually just up to a 2-0 lead. As Fasul and Ahmad were a bit disjointed in their defense here, with Ahmad taking himself out of the game and then Fasul not able to follow up quickly. They're trailing early in this one. Shot for Ahmad though. Ooh, saved by Switzerland. Skyline getting up high for that one. It looked like Ahmad was going to be hitting the target, so good save by Skyline. We'll still be able to keep up as well with this lobby. This is definitely a big test for him. The biggest test he's had on stream. Great flick though by Fasul. Oh, he's just hit the underside of the crossbar. And that's a disaster because now the ball has just bounced around to safety. Fasul trying to recover. Well played to demo Stocky here. That is going to give him control of the ball. Skyline's dove in and take himself out of the game. It's a chance for Saudi Arabia to attack on the counter. So it looks like Skyline will get back in time. For a moment though, they had an opportunity. That was actually Switzerland who were looking less organised in that play. As Skyline, he really dove in. He threw himself forward when Stocky was dead. This is not usually a good idea to do in 2v2. If your teammate has just been demoed and you're trying to 50-50 the ball in the opposition half, you're usually going to concede possession. Looks like Ahmad will score with an air roll shot to get one on the board for Saudi Arabia. Nicely done to get this much power from what was quite an awkward angle. He's generated a lot more power than Skyline was expecting, and they will score at least one in game one. Hey guys, thanks for all those subs. I'll catch up with the alerts that I miss during this show match, either between games if the players are taking a while to ready up, but if they're all readying up quickly, I'll just do them all at the end of the series. If you have to go before then I do appreciate you. Thanks for the... I think it's just resubs and subs at the moment. Stocky and Skyline playing the long game. Not much boost on Stocky though. He will bash the backboard. I love that pass by Stocky. He knows that the harder he hits this ball into the backboard, the easier it is for Skyline to follow up on. So he's just clattered it. And that makes it almost impossible for Fasul or Ahmad to challenge the follow-up shot. 3-1 in favor of Swiss. Skyline is playing with Calyx and Bilbo. And yeah, I heard about this actually. So Calyx, Bilbo and Skyline will be trying to qualify for RLRS this season. I don't think they're a top 4 seed, so they'll be trying to make some upsets happen. Great work by Fasul again. He's got an open net now, and he's taking his time with it. Just wants to make sure that he's not going to miss such an easy goal on stream, and he doesn't miss. So well played, Fasul and Ahmad hanging in here. And you know, I don't usually talk about servers that we're playing on too much, but I do love to, you know, just compliment the Middle Eastern players for being so good at playing with 100, 130 ping. It's fascinating that they're able to be so quick with their playstyle. There is this 3-3. Boomer shot by Fasul, who's stepping up here. I thought Ahmad was going to have to pop off, but, you know, if Fasul can keep playing this well, Ahmad just has to be solid. He doesn't need to be insane like we know he can be. I think the other day I saw Ahmad top 10 in the 2v2 ladder, which is, you know, crazy considering he plays with such high ping every single game that he plays against some of the fastest players in the world. He'll be matching up against all those top EU players, top French players, more specifically. Stocky has a bit of time. He brings the ball down. He will have to avoid an early challenge by Fsul. It was a bit of an awkward first touch there by Stocky in defense. Stocky again out of the game. Now Ahmad up quickly, and he's recovered even faster. That's rebound. Surely would have been on target, but Skyline got in between that and the goal. Yeah, Skyline and Stocky looked great starting off this match, but now Fsul and Ahmad have made it look pretty even. The scoreline is a very fair one for the time being. The pressure really starting to show. Oh, Ahmad looking for a bump on the back wall now. He's out the game. Stocky with a solo play attempt onto Fsul, who's going to sweep it up pretty easily. It's just over a minute left, and you can see the pressure on the Swiss. They're starting to miss a lot more balls, and Ahmad crashes another shot into the roof of the net. It's 4-3 now for Saudi Arabia. Still blocking Stocky's angle down the line. Kind of forced him to send it middle, and the attempted back pass by Stocky didn't connect with Skyline. Instead, it's gone straight to Ahmad, who smashed it top shelf. Beautiful shot. 4-3 Saudi Arabia, a minute left in the clock. Skyline pounced on by Ahmad. Were they ready for this showing from their opponents? I know that they'll be well aware of who Ahmad is. He's always been high rated in the past like 2 or 3 seasons in 2v2 and 1v1. Fsul has also been a top 100 player several times, but not quite as well known for being a beast in the Middle East as Ahmad is. He might be the scariest player in ranked that you can run into. Tell you what, 24 seconds left. Middle East are looking well represented here. Skyline, tough angle shot, and he is going to get easily saved by Fsul. He's had a very impressive game 1 here. This is only his second appearance ever on stream. Looking to keep that 100% win rate intact. Good turn and challenge. He's got Ahmad in a great position here, and it looks like Ahmad will just control this one in the final few seconds, and it will confirm the 1-0 to Saudi Arabia. Well played to come back as well from behind in this one. Alright, let's just get into game 2. They are all readying up. Yeah, Saudi Arabia not messing around at all. They are really not messing around. Very impressive stuff. Great synergy as well. A lot better synergy, in fact, than I saw from them in the matchup that they won against Bouzayed and co from Oman. Hey, thanks for all the noises again, guys. I'm going to read all those out after this series is over. We have got to focus here. Looks like Saudi Arabia might be trying to run away with this one. Great control by Fsul on the goal line. And a lot of guts to turn so carefully with this. Good reset by Ahmad. He's on the wrong side of the ball. Looks like Stocky wasn't able to read what he was doing in this play, though.
Win the first game. Wow. Hope you're doing well, Newbie.
You're a bit late with that prediction, Brian, but correct nonetheless. KSA do win game 1. If they can go through an entire game without double committing and without isolating each other, I'll be so impressed, because they only, I think, had 1, maybe 2 times last game that they did that. Oh! Ahmed! Are you serious? What a finish with the underside of the car. That's an insane redirect. He's just popped it up with the belly. I don't know if he had a flip reset there, but he definitely didn't need it. 1-0. Ahmed and Fsul are both popping off right now. I mean, I said that they needed Ahmed to pop off to win game 1. Fsul played well enough that it didn't need to happen, but now Ahmed's going to pop off anyway. Will Switzerland have an answer? Stocky. More of a possession giveaway here than anything else. It's not going to be tricky for Fsul to deal with it. Now he fires it back and takes Skyline out of the game in the process, and the 50-50 to pass Stocky as well. Great work by Fsul. And my goodness, what a pinch that is. It's gone all the way back into Fsul, who was rotating deep for the back boost. Even though he was way back, he still got there first. Tight angle for Ahmad. He's going to fire it immediately to the left of him. Confidence is really there for Saudi Arabia after that absolute clanger of a shot that Ahmad just nailed into the top of the net. Fsul, it's going to knock it down. It's another cherry picker for Ahmad. who's just running ahead of everything right now. He knows that Phil's looking to clear this one towards the goal, and he just helps it along, makes sure there's no chance that Stocky can get back in time. 2-0 Saudi Arabia, looking clean in this series. A nice little high five there to show some camaraderie about how well they're doing. Great pressure on the ball there by Ahmad. He didn't go for the ball because he was afraid to accidentally center it, so instead he was just playing Stocky's car. And then after Stocky decided to go out of the way, he moved to the side. Oh! Is Ahmad going to stop scoring the cleanest shots you have ever seen? Look at that accuracy, straight in the bottom corner. Stocky, no chance, it's bounced diagonally upwards. 3-0 in this third game. Honestly, so impressed with the Saudi Arabian boys in this match. Comeback in game 1, and now a dominant performance in game 2. If they can close this series out, that would be such a big win for them. Against opponents here, you know, I'm not gonna lie, they're not the scariest 2v2 team coming out of EU, but Stocky and Skyline they've been around for so long. They're always like, they're almost like gatekeepers. If you can't beat them, then you shouldn't be trying to go pro in Rocket League. They're a team that you are going to have to beat if you want to make it in the RL Pro scene. They're just always there or thereabouts. Now passing play, Ahmad to Phsul, so well done. 4-0. And if this pass was any less accurate from Ahmad, Stocky would have had an interception on it. But he's nailed it to perfection. And it's 4-0 with 2 minutes and 12 seconds left. I don't think anybody saw this coming, especially not in such a one-sided fashion. Skyline trying to catch up to an open net, and he will. 4-1 now in favour of Saudi Arabia. Phsul not getting on the right side of this ball. Don't think it was quite on target. Yeah, it was going wide, so Skyline had to ball chase. They've got a small chance now. Start constructing a comeback. Phsul's got to be careful not to get on the wrong side of the ball in these kickoffs. Decides not to dive in here. Love that. So you can rotate back just a bit quicker. Good turn again by Phsul. Always taking at least one player out of the game whenever he touches the ball. And Ahmad's speed is just outrageous every time. Not just the mechanics, but the accuracy and the timing is all there. When he's playing well, he has the full package. Now, aerial play by Stocky. Skyline decided to leave him to it. Now will be able to build any other chances. They're not getting the ball past the midfield too often because Saudi Arabia have done such a good job challenging as a unit, and the passing plays are still going just as well as they could ever want them. That's a wide rotation by Phsul. Skyline had a chance down the line. He's offloaded it to Stocky again, who will dribble Phsul. It's out 4-2. And Saudi Arabia have got to be a bit careful here. They did get disjointed in this play. Phsul rotating miles away and kind of leaving Stocky to, or leaving Ahmed to himself in the corner. And that will not work out. Let's see if they can close this one out. Still a 2-goal lead. And no kickoff goal for Switzerland this time. 50 and change left on the clock. Phsul slows it down. Tries a double fake, but there will be contact on the ball by a Swiss player. Love that they're still going for all these passing plays though, Saudi boys, but Ahmed's taking himself way out of the play here. Phsul does well. Fake challenge. Turns and collects the ball. Prevents Stocky from adding another goal. Switzerland's tally. 30 seconds to go. And they're still looking good for the 2-0 lead. Stocky and Skyline are not out of it just yet. Skyline actually misses his half volley. He was trying to catch that one with the very corner of his car to get the most power possible. In the end, all he's done is miss the ball. Feels backflip, or front flip actually, by Ahmed. He's decided to just dodge underneath this one. But unless Skyline can score before 0 seconds, it won't matter, and he's not even going to be able to score either way. It looks like it will be 2-0 Saudi Arabia. And this is best of 5, so last legs now for Switzerland in this matchup. We do have another International 2s game coming up right after this one with Belgium versus France. So Just going to throw out some DMs, let them know how this one's progressing. But not before we see if Ahmed and Fusul can close out this series. Are they going to get the 3-0 sweep? We've not had many sweeps in the international show matches. We had one for France versus France. I think that might have been the only one though, if I'm not mistaken. This ball is almost bouncing on target here. Skyline is there. He doesn't get the shot that he was looking for though. Stocky might. No, it's straight into Fusul. The Skyline's follow-up will barely get saved. Oh my goodness, Ahmed is hanging on for dear life, but it will finally go in. Courtesy of Skyline. How did this shot not cross the line? Ahmed managed to save it. Well, that's a good dodge by Skyline, actually. He found himself on the wrong side of the ball, but he's dodged away from it to find the angle. 1-0 for Switzerland. They try to get something out of this series. It's not gone their way so far. Fusul, solo play, doesn't land on the rebound. Might be a miss, actually. Open net miss by Ahmed. After some good work by Fusul, he took both opponents out of the play. Skyline, big dunk onto Ahmed. And another one after onto Fusul. It's 2-0. Double dunk for Skyline. It's definitely how I like to use my biscuits when I'm drinking tea. 4:17 left, and Switzerland have got just as good a start as they did in game one. But remember, it was actually Ahmed and Fusul who came back in that first game and got the win. So Skyline and Stocky have got to be really careful. So many chances. Holy cow! Ahmed is not holding back on any of these shots. And even better is that pass. Completely blind from Fusul. Just nails it into the middle. Ahmed with 132 kilometers per hour. No pinch involved. Just an absolute boomer by Saudi Arabia. And within the first minute they've responded. Skyline already waiting on the left, but Stocky won't be able to get it to him. Fusul might have a free follow in this. No, Stocky's going to turn early on it. Still, Fusul working the ball down the line, looking for another centre towards Ahmed, who doesn't dive in. And I like that he's not dove in here. So it looks like if he did, he would have just had, at best, a 50-50 with Stocky. It's not great odds as a last man back in twos. So much speed and confidence still for Saudi Arabia. Even though they've lost 2 goals early, they look ready to mount that comeback. I mean, they've already started it with 3 minutes and 20 seconds left. They know they've got plenty time. They just need to keep playing their game, and they're surely going to create chances. What they're doing right now is working wonders in that department. They're getting so many opportunities to score. Fusul needs to be careful though. That's not the first time that he's rotated a bit too far away from the play for my liking. Good save by Ahmed. Fusul left into it. Now into the air goes Ahmed. He needs a double touch if he's going to score this, and he will put it on target. That's a fantastic save by Stocky, because I believe Ahmed had that double touch on target, despite the fact that it was an outrageously hard angle to hit. 2 minutes and 47 seconds left. Ahmed getting a bit crazy with his redirect attempts, and his Skyline to the backboard. Stocky up for it, into the crossbar. And Ahmed will be able to clean it up. Might have an open net, in fact. He's there for it, and he pre-jumps the bounce. 2-all. Saudi Arabia back in business. Let's see if they can close this one out in 3. 2 minutes and 30 remaining. Not much boost left for Ahmed, but he will connect. Or almost connect with the bump, actually. It looked like he was on point with it. Fusul, mind game, close range. He will score! Skyline. The Stocky just don't have an answer for these plays. Stocky this time, or Skyline rather, on the goal line. Wanted a fast shot so he could dive in and get the clear, but that slow play by Fusul killed all of Skyline's momentum on the back wall. And he was able to secure the mind game goal. Ahmed shuts down Stocky in the midfield. Now when Stocky looked for Skyline in the middle, he's not been able to make contact with the ball, and now he's got trouble coming at him from all different angles. Ahmed, for once, doesn't nail a power shot. That's careless by Fusul. He's turned early to go for boost instead of going back to goal. He's respawn, and before checking to see what's happening, he's gone to get the boost. The Skyline just banged it on target. Well done by Skyline. He knew there was always a chance that Fusul might go for the boost on spawn. Even if he doesn't, it's going to be a tough save to make. Fusul runs into a brick wall. Leaves Ahmad for the double touch. And now the zero boost rebound attempt for Fasul. He doesn't quite get around the ball. I like the bump by Fasul though to set up this opportunity. If Ahmad had hit that backboard touch just a little bit lower, I think he would have been onto it. Rebound for Ahmad, wide of net, just to see he doesn't want to hit this one over his own crossbar. More solo defending needed for Fasul. Still tied up here. Stocky has him in an awkward spot, and he will finish, surely. Well played, Stocky, with a perfect flick. The slow play here was great response to Fasul's wall position. Whenever you see a defender of the back wall like that, you know they want you to hit the ball fast. They want you to shoot early so they can just dive off the wall and get the save. If you slow it down and force them to join you on the ground, much harder for the defenders. That's well played. Stocky and Skyline are not done just yet. Look at the passing play by Fasul and Ahmad. Read well this time by Stocky. He's back to help Skyline out, defending against more offensive plays by Ahmad. Fasul's beaten to the ball, but Stocky's not able to make good contact. Bad landing though by Fasul. Looks like this time he will get away with it for the time being. Has Ahmad run too far away? Yes, he has. Fasul with low boost gets pounced on by Stocky. And it's going to be an easy goal for Stocky to make it 5-3. Yeah, Ahmed's been running on a lot of Fasul's plays. Many times Fasul's been back in defense. And Ahmed just makes an offensive run, makes himself available. When it works, it's great. When Fasul can't get the pass in his general direction, it can be really bad in 2v2. You don't have that third man back, that safety net. 6-3 after Skyline's counter finds the back of the net. Is looking like too difficult of a score for Saudi Arabia to come back with, so the sweep might be off the table. Still though in a great position for the series. Maybe just getting a little bit too excited this game. It looks like that save from Stocky. It will be Skyline and Stocky fighting back. Now they have to try and maintain this level of momentum. You know, after the comeback win from Saudi Arabia in game 1, they, you know, just exploded in game 2 with all kinds of boomers and passing plays. But Switzerland have to try and emulate. They've got to try and keep this level that they've been showing for this game number 3 going into the next one. Ahmad needs a goal early. He tries to shoot on target in case Stocky's going to challenge him, but Stocky's got it all under control, and that will secure game 3 for Switzerland. The comeback has begun, and now we're going to see how will Saudi Arabia respond to something not quite going to plan. Let me just message the guys who are playing in the next show match, just so that they know what's happening when the next one's coming in. Alright. Chance for Stocky and Skyline to equalize the series. You know what they do? If they can equalize the series, then you know when your players like Skyline and Stocky have got so much experience, you'd really expect them to finish that reverse sweep. So this is a must-win game. In fact, wow, what a save by Fasul. Thought surely that was going to be a goal for Stocky, but somehow the Batmobiles got in the way of it. Kept the game level. Like I was saying, I think this is a must-win game for Saudi Arabia if they're going to go in, or if they're going to get a win in this series, because I, wouldn't look at their confidence being too good, or expect their confidence to be too good if they lose 2 in a row in 3 and 4. Fasul, no boost. And now it's awkward for Ahmad, but he does well. Ahmad deals with 2 attackers running at him at the same time. And a ceiling shot for Fasul. Great flip reset on it, but Skyline's challenged so early and successfully as well. Really nice challenge. I love early challenges on ceiling shots when you're even when you're in 2s and 1s. You want to be hitting those early. Great rebound by Fasul. Saved though by Stocky. Not just saved, but cleared to safety as well. Ahmad's going to test him again, and Stocky again has an answer. Consistency from Stocky improves as this series goes from game to game. Ahmad looking for a mind game, but Stocky will make contact, and he's really starting to have a lot of success with his plays, is Stocky. Oh, he's not going to be able to make one because he's been eliminated. Fasul decides not to bounce on this center ball. Didn't want to dive in and get taken out of the game by Skyline, who was well positioned to deal with it. Ahmad's got to be careful with his boost here. It looks like he might be starved for a while. The ball sticking around in this corner. He's done well. Got a clear for his team. Still, like I said, looking for that boost, and he is going to be starved for a while. And it's going to be 1-0 to Switzerland. This is exactly what I was talking about. Ahmad needs to be so careful with his boost when he's in this position, because he can get starved for an extended period of time. And it's a great passing play by Switzerland to break down the defense. You know, it would have been tough for Ahmad to save even if he did have boost. We can see he did not. That just made it even harder. Skyline trying to go left past Fasul, who will get the block on him. Stocky's up quick for this one. Ahmad decides not to challenge him. It's Skyline looking for an air roll shot. Too slow this time. A lot more success for Switzerland, and I'm going to attribute a lot of this to how solid Stocky is playing in this fourth game. Not been easy to get the ball past. Once again, deflects it. And it's an accurate deflection as well. He takes control of the situation. He's trying to slow the game down. And I like this response, because clearly what they were doing earlier, trying to match Fasul and Ahmad as well for speed, it was not working well for Switzerland. That's exactly how Ahmad and Fasul like to play. They just want to play at a million miles an hour and race you to every ball. This slower pace is favouring the Swiss. Stocky is shining more than ever, and that shot by Ahmad is way wide. Only 2 minutes left. It's been a quiet game in Game 4. Well adapted by Skyline and Stocky. That's double commit though. That Stocky has to get back quickly. Skyline slowed down the ball once again though, and you see the frustration. Ahmad just diving in. He's trying to take control, but Stocky's not letting him do it. Well, at least while they're alive, they're making it very hard to. Now Fasul solo play, it will be successful. And you know, if you can't take the ball past Stocky, then just demo Stocky out the game entirely. It looks like that is the solution for Saudi Arabia. They've tied up here, and they'll be looking to close out this series in 4 games. Stocky meets Ahmad in the air once again. Fasul gets it past him. He's trying to block Skyline from continuing, and he will. He got a bump onto Skyline there. Ahmad will also make contact. Skyline just getting bullied from all angles. He gets bumped on the wall by Fasul, and then Ahmad lands on him as he attempts to save. It was almost there for Skyline. Just this slight contact was enough to send him away from the ball, and also the fact that Ahmad was flying in front of it made it so hard for Skyline to make confident contact. 2-1. Favor Saudi Arabia. Can Skyline and Stocky come back again? Everything was looking so good and ship shape for them for most of this game. They had a good answer to pretty much everything that Saudi boys were trying to do, but suddenly one demo from Ahmad completely changed the game. And a couple of bumping plays give Saudi Arabia the lead. 45 seconds left. Fasul runs away from Stocky's demo attempt. Skyline faked off the ball, looking for the triple touch, make it a quadruple touch. It's Stocky's to hit, but he's waiting for the touch from Saudi Arabia. Great recovery by Ahmad to get the save. It was such an awkward position. He was starved for boost, but the wave dash enabled him to get enough speed to meet the ball before it crossed the line. You feel though that was the opportunity. That was surely the best chance that Switzerland are going to get to equalize this one. As the clock ticks down, it's in the final 10 momentarily, and the ball is pinging around the field as fast as you like, and that usually favors Saudi Arabia. They're backing off. They just want one more good challenge, and the game will be theirs, and that is it. GG's. Saudi Arabia take down Switzerland 3-1. Crazy impressive performance from them with the high ping. But GG's, thanks to Stocky and Skyline as well for playing. It was an entertaining series. Unfortunately for them, they couldn't get the comeback secured. Still some pretty good plays throughout this one. Alright. Chance for Stocky and Skyline to equalize the series. You know what they do? If they can equalize the series, then you know when your players like Skyline and Stocky have got so much experience, you'd really expect them to finish that reverse sweep. It's this is a must-win game. In fact, wow, what a save by Fusul. Thought surely that was going to be a goal for Stocky, but somehow the Batmobiles got in the way of it. Kept the game level. Like I was saying, I think this is a must-win game for Saudi Arabia if they're going to go in, or if they're going to get a win in this series, because I, wouldn't look at their confidence being too good, or expect their confidence to be too good if they lose 2 in a row in 3 and 4. Still, no boost. And it's awkward for Ahmad, but he does well. Ahmad deals with 2 attackers running at him at the same time. And a ceiling shot for Fusul. Great flip reset on it, but Skyline's challenged so early and successfully as well. Really nice challenge. I love early challenges on ceiling shots when you're even when you're in 2s and 1s. You want to be hitting those early. Great rebound by Fusul. Saved though by Stocky. Not just saved, but cleared to safety as well. Ahmad's going to test him again, and Stocky again has an answer. Consistency from Stocky improves as this series goes from game to game. Ahmad looking for a mind game, but Stocky will make contact, and he's really starting to have a lot of success with his plays, is Stocky. Oh, he's not going to be able to make one because he's been eliminated. Fusul decides not to bounce on this center ball. Didn't want to dive in and get taken out of the game by Skyline, who was well positioned to deal with it. Ahmad's got to be careful with his boost here. It looks like he might be starved for a while. The ball sticking around in this corner. He's done well. Got a clear for his team. Still, like I said, looking for that boost, and he is going to be starved for a while. It's going to be 1-0 to Switzerland. This is exactly what I was talking about. Ahmad needs to be so careful with his boost when he's in this position, because he can get starved for an extended period of time. And it's great passing play by Switzerland to break down the defense. It would have been tough for Ahmad to save even if he did have boost. We can see he did not. That just made it even harder. Skyline trying to go left past Fusul, who will get the block on him. Stocky's up quick for this one. Ahmad decides not to challenge him. It's Skyline looking for an air roll shot. Too slow this time. A lot more success for Switzerland, and I'm going to attribute a lot of this to how solid Stocky is playing in this 4th game. Not been easy to get the ball past. Once again, deflects it. And it's an accurate deflection as well. He takes control of the situation. He's trying to slow the game down. And I like this response because clearly what they were doing earlier, trying to match Fusul and Ahmad as well for speed, was not working well for Switzerland. That's exactly how Ahmad and Fusul like to play. They just want to play at 1,000,000 miles an hour and race you to every ball. This slower pace is favoring the Swiss. Stocky is shining more than ever, and that shot by Ahmad is way wide. Only 2 minutes left. It's been a quiet game in game 4. Well adapted by Skyline and Stocky. That's double commit though. That Stocky has to get back quickly. Skyline slowed down the ball once again though, and you see the frustration. Ahmad just diving in. He's trying to take control, but Stocky's not letting him do it. They're well, at least while they're alive, they're making it very hard to. Now Fusul solo play. It will be successful. And if you can't take the ball past Stocky, then just demo Stocky out the game entirely. It looks like that is the solution for Saudi Arabia. They've tied up here, and they'll be looking to close out this series in 4 games. Stocky meets Ahmad in the air once again. Fusul gets it past him. He's trying to block Skyline from continuing, and he will. He got a bump onto Skyline there. Ahmad will also make contact. Skyline just getting bullied from all angles. He gets bumped on the wall by Fusul, and then Ahmad lands on him as he attempts to save. It was almost there for Skyline. Just this slight contact was enough to send him away from the ball, and also the fact that Ahmad was flying in front of it made it so hard for Skyline to make confident contact. 2-1. Favor Saudi Arabia. Can Skyline and Stocky come back again? Everything was looking so good and ship shape for them for most of this game. Had a good answer to pretty much everything that Saudi boys were trying to do, but suddenly one demo from Ahmad completely changed the game. And a couple of bumping plays give Saudi Arabia the lead. 45 seconds left. Fusul runs away from Stocky's demo attempt. Skyline Faked off the ball. Looking for the triple touch. Make it a quadruple touch. It's Stockies to hit, but he's waiting for the touch from Saudi Arabia. Great recovery by Ahmad to get the save. What was such an awkward position. He was start for boost, but the wave dash enabled him to get enough speed to meet the ball before it crossed the line. You feel though that was the opportunity. That was surely the best chance that Switzerland are going to get to equalize this one. As the clock ticks down, it's in the final 10 momentarily, and the ball is pinging around the field as fast as you like, and that usually favors Saudi Arabia. They're backing off. They just want one more good challenge and the game will be theirs, and that is it. GG's. Saudi Arabia take down Switzerland 3-1. Crazy impressive performance from them with the high ping. But GG's, thanks to Stocky and Skyline as well for playing. It was an entertaining series. Unfortunately for them, they couldn't get the comeback secured. Still some pretty good plays throughout this one.